Welcome back to another Ret Paladin video. Verabin here. Today we are going to be testing out the talent Path of Ruin. Now if you're not familiar, Path of Ruin is an ability that replaces our Wake of Ashes, and it replaces it with another 3 Holy Power Spender. So it's going to be an ability that you're going to use instead of Templar's Verdict or instead of Divine Storm, and the idea is that it does more damage than those. It also does a cone, does the same cone that Wake of Ashes does, so it could potentially be really good in things like Mythic Plus or even in Cleave raid encounters, because it's going to end up doing a lot more damage than our Divine Storm, I believe. But that's what we're going to test here and kind of see how that goes. I'm a little skeptical of Path of Ruin just because you're turning a 3 Holy Power generator into a 3 Holy Power spender. So all of a sudden your Holy Power generation, I feel like, is going to go down a lot. One of the reasons I want to test Path of Ruin is that when you take Ashes to Dust, which is the other alternative on that node, you're actually kind of cannibalizing some of our other talents like Expurgation, Condemning Blade, Sealed Verdict. So there's some of these talents that are meant to buff our Blade of Wrath or Blade of Justice, and then by taking Ashes to Dust, you're kind of losing some of the value of that. So I want to see how it goes, and we're going to take a look. This is the talent build that I am choosing here. Obviously at level 70 we're going to have some additional talents, so this is going to change a little bit, but this is the talent build that I am using. You can see I'm taking Expurgation, I'm taking Blade of Wrath, I'm taking Sealed Verdict, because I want to kind of beef up Blade of Justice a little bit, and then we're taking pretty much all of the other single target talents. We're choosing to take Final Verdict, Templar's Vindication, Ashes to Ashes, all that cool stuff. We are actually not going to use Divine Toll because this is more of a single target focused build, so let's take a look and see how it goes. Alright, so you can see we got 3 Holy Power here, and just for a quick comparison, let's see how much damage Path of Ruin does versus Templar's Verdict. Okay, so we don't have any buffs or anything up. I accidentally judged, so that we're going to use Path of Ruin right there. So it does about 14k damage. So that seems pretty good. Yeah, I don't know, that seems pretty good. So let's try Templar's Verdict. Or sorry, this will be Final Verdict. So Final Verdict does about 13k damage. So it actually does about 10% more damage than Final Verdict. And like I said, additionally, you're getting the benefits of things like Expurgation, where you're not losing those procs. But you can see a crit there for 35k. Is that real? My actions. Path of Ruin crit for 34k. Oh, this is a PvP trading dummy. It really shouldn't matter because we're still looking at apples to apples. So 35k, that's pretty good. I mean, it hits pretty hard. So I think that's interesting. Let's take a look and see. So, but I feel like the rotation, let's just do we're just going to do a single target rotation in the background and kind of see how it feels. And we're going to use Path of Ruin. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think that we should probably take Improved Crusader Strike. If we can. I don't know if we can squeeze that in, but it'd be nice if we could take Improved Crusader Strike, because I think we're going to need the additional... generators. So let's see what we could drop. We could drop Sealed Verdict. Let's drop Sealed Verdict and take Improved Crusader Strike. Let's run it like that and see, because I think we're going to want to be able to hit more Crusader Strikes, because I want to make sure that we're GCD locked with this build, or close to it, because I think that's really important for Ret to maintain DPS, to make sure we're GCD locked, and I think we're going to need the combo of Improved Crusader Strike and Empyrean Power. So let's give that a whirl. So we're just going to kind of do our rotation here, and let's kind of see what we can come up with. So far, do Path of Ruin there. So far, it feels okay. It doesn't feel like we're wasting GCDs or anything. One of the things about this build is that I did end up taking Sanctification. Yeah, Sanctification. So I am going to be putting down, you're going to see me put down Consecration. I don't know if that's necessarily the play or not. That's just one of those things that I want to try out as well. So the single target rotation actually feels okay. You can see though that we're coming up to like where we're going to have dead GCDs. We can pop a Consecration. We did get an Empyrean Power, so that's great. But it feels okay. It does feel like it's going to be a little bit dependent on those procs, and to be able to stay GCD locked, and I don't know that it necessarily has to be GCD locked, but it's one of those things that I think it feels better, like you want a button to press. You don't want to feel like you're back in TBC and don't have buttons to press. So I think it feels okay even without having the Holy Power generation from Wake of Ashes. But keep in mind, Wake of Ashes does a lot of damage too, right? So you're losing the damage of Wake of Ashes and you're trading it for your Path of Ruin, and it's all going to come down to tuning, I think, right? It's going to come down to how well is this thing tuned as far as the damage that it does, and is it going to be worth it? So you can see it gets kind of close. It gets a little squirrely, like where I almost don't have a button to press, but normally something will come up. This is one of those things that can be assisted by haste, right? If we have more haste, we're going to get more Blade of Wrath procs and stuff like that. So that's definitely something to consider there. Having 2 stacks of Crusader Strike is definitely really important here as well. You can see like there are times where I'm almost right. I almost don't have anything to press, and then I find something will come up. So I think that's good at least. But I think at the damage that it's doing right now, I don't know that it's necessarily worth it. Let's try another build, an alternate build, and see one where we do. I think we're still going to take Final Verdict, but I think we're going to not take. We're going to switch this node. We're going to take Ashes to Dust, and then we're going to dump. I guess we can't actually dump Expurgation. We could dump Sealed Verdict, and I don't know. That's not really going to buy us anything though, because there's not really a better ability to press. I do think that because we're using Sanctification to kind of fill GCDs, I think that it makes sense to either take Consecrated Blade, or we could take Exorcism too. We could take Exorcism and kind of see how that goes. But I don't think we're going to need it, so let's just take Consecrated Blade. I know that's kind of weird to take Consecrated Blade and Sanctification in a single target build, but I think of the other choices that are on here, they're all pretty minimal. So let's give it a try and see with our Wake of Ashes and see how it plays out here. I think I'm going to miss Wake of Ashes. I don't think that it's going to be an ability that we want to just leave on the table. But I also just remembered that since we have Sanctification, we could also take. We're going to have double consecrations down, so that's really good actually. But I feel like this rotation feels a lot cleaner. It feels like there's like a really low chance I don't have anything to press, especially with Sanctification and having that kind of push to hit the Consecrate button. So that's really kind of nice to have actually. And also I think that having that getting just even on a single target, you can see them on single target, and it does feel like it does provide a lot of holy power actually. So it's kind of interesting, even on a single target basis. Obviously, Consecration is an AoE ability, but I think we're getting a lot of value of it on single target too, because you end up having double Crusaders, or Consecrations rather, on there. So all in all, I don't know if Path of Ruin is really gonna be the play. I think it's gonna have to be tuned a lot higher than it's currently tuned, and I don't know if I see Blizzard doing that. So I don't know. I think it's an interesting option, but I think maybe one of the things they could do is they could make it be 2 Holy Power or something. That would be an interesting. We don't have any 2 Holy Power spenders. So that's a potential, I think. That might be interesting. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe the video. See you guys in the next one. We're going to continue to do more testing on the PTR, so we'll see you then. Thanks. Bye.